Welcome into the Brooks Bench with your host, Brooke, aka Shiggy, and my co-host, Megan.
What's up, y'all?
If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, follow us on all social media at the Brooks Bench, and join our Discord link in the description. This should be the last recap without Brooke here. Brooke should be back next week. She went to the last two Valkyrie home games, so she wasn't going to get back home till late, and we record on Sundays. So with that little intro out the way, we have a lot to go over. Week 6 recap. Let's head over to the court report. So if you guys are new here, the court report, we basically go over any transactions that happened in week 6, injuries, news, stuff like that. So let's get into it. A lot of transactions that's happening. A lot of the overseas players are coming back. So Jessica Shepard returned. Temi returned. Ariel Powers was waived by Golden State because Temi was back.
Hmm.
Dewana Bonner waived by Indiana Fever. I just wanted to touch on it here. We will be talking briefly about it later. Ari McDonald was then signed by the Fever. Great signing. Love to see it. Meg, do you think this kind of explains a little bit about why Ari McDonald probably held out with those other teams that needed players? And we're like, oh, why is Ari getting skipped over?
Hmm. Yeah, I think maybe there was some knowledge that there's a chance to go back to the Fever, and she's been
Yeah.
gelling so well with them, so
Yes.
it was a
Yes.
good holdout.
Yep. Dantes temporarily contract temporarily suspended. Camila Cardoso temporarily suspended. Megan McConnell was waived by Phoenix. Kiana Williams signed rest season contract with Phoenix. Haley Jones waived by Dallas. I heard she balled out her last game with Dallas though. Leah Tu King waived by LA. And then Tierra McCowan and Louisa will be rejoining the Wings on Thursday. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more news now that Eurobasket is over. Belgium ended up winning. So, Meg, Julie Van Loo's on our way back to you guys.
Yeah, a lot of the players are.
Yeah,
So it'll
so
be interesting to see if they can jump right back in and quickly gel again.
curious to see, like you said, I think we know who's all going to get waived, but who knows, right? It's going to be a big wave of waves coming
Yeah.
shortly. That ends the transactions for this week. But the main news this week, which I did hop on live real quick after it happened, Dewana Bonner waived by Indiana. I talked a lot about it when she came out with a statement of saying she was no longer interested in returning to Indiana. We
Hmm.
speculated she was probably going to get waived. It made the most sense. Bonner did have interest in Phoenix and Atlanta. I talked about how I don't think Atlanta would fit. They don't have enough cap space. Mercury have enough cap space, so all signs point there. But
Hmm.
there's also speculation out there that Phoenix is gelling really well with the people they got. Bringing in someone new could hurt that dynamic. I mean, Meg, what are you kind of thinking about the entire situation?
I mean, it's kind of weird. The whole thing is weird. She hit a milestone, I think, with the Fever, and then all of this kind of just trickle down effect happened right after that.
Yeah.
And so I think her wanting to go to Mercury is because one, she's played with Alyssa Thomas. They're doing well, so she gets to go to a team that is winning. And I don't know. I don't know how she'll fit in though. Like you said, they're
Yeah.
doing so well. They just incorporated
Copper back.
Kalia back in. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think it'll take her a while. So I wonder if she's still going to be comfortable coming off the bench and getting minutes that way. But
Do you find it interesting that she assumed she was having a starting role in Indiana? She ends up getting benched, and then it just no longer, works out. I mean, is that interesting to you? Especially because Steph White was her coach at Connecticut.
yeah, that I think that's the weirdest part is like, I mean, you played for this coach before.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think that that coach would want a player because they're used to each other.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It's
it's real
interesting.
interesting for real. Dwana Bonner did make a statement. She said, "I want to sincerely thank the Indiana Fever for the opportunity to be a part of the Fever franchise. Despite our shared goals and excitements heading into the season, I felt the fit did not work out, and I appreciate the organization's willingness to grant my request to move on, particularly at this point in my career." Bonner said, "I wish the Fever great success as they continue to build around this dynamic group of young players." And I mean, me and you, when we heard about this move, we were like, how is this gonna work? Like, she's gonna have to take a lesser role. And then with
Mhm.
articles coming out, that was not her perception of coming here, was not to take a lesser role, which ended up happening. So I'm glad she got out of there. I hope her mental health is good. I hope she lands where she needs to land. And yeah, I mean, DeWanna Bonner, I mean, could arguably be a Hall of Famer. I mean, people are
Mhm.
just blasting her. Oh, she got benched, so she wanted to leave. Come on now. She's a veteran. She chose Indiana. I mean, she doesn't need to win another ring, technically, right? But she's not going to stay on Connecticut and rebuild during this time of, in her career. I mean, would you agree
Mhm.
with that, Meg? Like,
Yeah. I mean, she's already established vet. Like
yeah,
she's
a
already, I mean,
champion.
achieved a lot of milestones as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but like I said, I talked about it previously in the week. I just want to touch on it with Meg here, and just officially share the news that she was waived. Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Shakira Austin. She averages 19.3 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 2.3 assists per game. And then Western Conference Player of the Week, Nneka Ogwumike, 25.7 points per game, 8 rebounds a game, 2.3 assists per game. Congrats. Congrats to Shakira. Just killing it. I mean, we talk about her a lot, especially for like fantasy reasons, but this is the Shakira we wanted to see and we knew and we betted on when she was, first coming into the W. So,
mhm.
happy to see it. The
Just took
Aces,
her long enough.
yeah. Well, the injury set her back.
Yeah.
The Aces' victory over Indiana on last Sunday delivered the third most watched WNBA game on ESPN ever, averaged 1.7 million viewers, peaked at 2.2 million. WNBA on ESPN is up 14% from last season. Love to see it. Meg, this is good news for you. Golden State Valkyrie, the most valuable franchise, worth around $500 million. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. They're bringing in a lot of money, so it shows like how popular of a team they already are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just worried about my season tickets.
Going up. Yeah, but I'm not surprised. Sold out every game so far. 10, right? 10
Yeah.
home games they've sold out. Not surprised. Like I said, I'll keep saying it. They are like the true six man, like Seattle Seahawks vibes. Like
Hmm.
it's just you gotta go if you haven't gone. It is really a good time for real. Candace Parker's jersey was retired by LA today. Will be retired by Chicago later this season. But just Megan, tell them what you told me. Candace Parker is the what?
Goat.
And why
I
did
don't
you
say
say
that
that?
often.
You don't. But why do you
No,
say
I
that?
mean, they did a whole piece on her today. And, you just got to respect the game. Like, she really went into LA, worked hard, and won a championship, and then was able to go to a whole nother franchise and do the same thing. I mean, obviously, I don't know the stat, but I think there's only one other player that's ever done that. I don't know if I'm
LeBron
right on
James.
that. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, female WNBA
Oh,
player.
oh, 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 oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, she's dunked in a game. Like she's just a great player, honestly.
We love Candace Parker. I was really hoping to see a healthy Candace Parker, with the Aces. I mean, that was my dream as an Aces fan. But then she got hurt, and you got to see the magic for a little bit. But I really wanted her to go out with a bang. But glad she got it retired right in the middle, in the rafters. All-Star voting officially over. Nafisa Collier and Caitlin Clark were named All-Star team captains. This year they're doing it like the NBA, where there's two captains, and then they're gonna pick their teams for the All-Star game. Meg, do you like it like that?
Yeah, it mixes it up. Yeah, I like that it mixes it up. As long as the captains don't do anything crazy and they stack it pretty evenly, then yes, I like it.
Yeah. I think it brings something new. I agree. I like it. They're following, the NBA, but it brings something new. We love to
Hmm.
see a change up. Remaining starters will be announced on ESPN at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Let me just double check the date. It's sometime this week. Um, but Meg, who's one player that you'd be really upset if they didn't make the All-Star team this year?
Um, that's a good question. Honestly, I gotta stay with the Valkyries and say Kayla Thornton. I think
Okay.
that she's just played so well for this new team and been like
Yeah.
a good leader for them that I think
hmm
she deserves to make it. That'd be pretty awesome.
I don't know.
Um,
I don't know if she'll be a starter, but for sure reserve. I can see her
yeah,
making it
if
as
she
like a
just
reserve.
makes it, right? If
Yeah.
she just makes it, and I do hope that she got injured today, so I
I
hope
know. I hope she's okay.
speedy recovery, nothing serious, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So remaining starters will be announced tomorrow. Well, that's today when this video comes out. So what is that? June 30th? 30th tomorrow,
Hmm.
right? So stay tuned for that. Now with the court report over, we're going over to milestone moments. These are basically any broken records or accomplishments that happened in the week. Let's start with Angel Reese. She now passes Candace Parker for most double doubles through their first two WNBA seasons, and now she's only trailing Tina Charles. Charles has 45. Angel Reese currently has 34. Reese also has four straight 15 plus rebounds games. She's the first player in WNBA history to do so. Her last two games, 35 points, 35 rebounds, 8 assists. First player in WNBA history to ever reach those numbers over any 2 game span. She also joined Asia Wilson, Lisa Leslie, Jonquel Jones as the only players in WNBA history to record at least 15 points, 15 rebounds in 3 consecutive games. Meg, we got the pleasure of seeing Angel Reese and Chicago play the Valkyries in person, and we were both talking about it.
Hmm.
Obviously, you see a lot more in person than you do on TV, and let me tell you, Angel Reese works. Like she works hard down there.
Yeah.
It just there's a reason she looks tired. Like she bangs down there, and you don't really get that like full experience just watching her on TV. It really is something different. Like she really has a craft for rebounds. It's insane.
Hmm. No, yeah, seriously. She knows how to box out and be in the right place at the right
Right
moment,
time.
honestly.
Yes,
Um,
I
it
agree.
definitely makes you appreciate like her rebounds a lot more.
Yeah, no, I agree. Kiki Finn has more double doubles than all other rookies combined. She has 5. All of the rookies have 4. Underappreciated. I really think what she's doing is underappreciated. Asia Wilson becomes the fastest player in WNBA history to score 5,000 points. She did it in 238 games. Obviously, Stewie just broke that record a couple weeks ago. She did it in 242 games. So now Asia Wilson is the fastest player. She's also the second youngest player to do so. Lauren Jackson is the youngest. Gatorade will be dropping a limited edition Gatorade bottle in honor of Asia Wilson reaching that 5,000 point mark. There will be only 5,000 bottles dropped. It's basically like a special water bottle with like homage to her. It looks pretty dope. A'ja Wilson also recorded her 85th career game with 20 plus points, 5 plus rebounds, and 2 plus blocks, breaking a tie with Hall of Famer Lisa Leslie for the most in WNBA history. Love to see it. Paige Beckers becomes the first player in WNBA history to record a game with 25 plus points, 5 plus assists, 2 plus steals, 2 plus blocks, and 0 turnovers. She joins Alyssa Thomas, Asia Wilson, Azurá Stevens, and Nafisa Collier as the only players to rank in the top 10 in 3 main statistical categories. And she has the third most games this season with 20 plus points, 2 plus steals, 2 plus blocks. Only Asia Wilson and Nafisa Collier have more. Meg, I gotta ask you. Everyone knows Paige Beckers is good,
Yeah.
but is she quietly just having one of the best rookie seasons? Like, I don't think it's as hyped as Caitlin Clark's was, but she is efficient. She's
Yeah.
efficiently having one of the best rookie seasons ever.
And and I say it for everything. If you're not winning games, you're not bringing attention to yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to affect anyone when we're talking MVPs, when we're talking any
Yeah.
accolades.
hmm
It's hard when the team is also not winning. So
Yeah. Does this make it more clear for you for Rookie of the Year, though?
I don't know because Kiki is slowing down a little bit.
Yeah. It's more Sonia now
Yeah. So
in that.
so consistency wise, if they can all stay healthy and Paige is continuing on this trail, then yes, I would say Paige got it.
Yeah. Alyssa Thomas becomes the first player in WNBA history to record 15 plus points, 15 plus assists, and 5 plus rebounds in multiple regular season games. Is she in the MVP conversation?
Every year, at least
Every year, triple
at
double
least at
queen.
least in my books.
Yeah, you had to put her in there. Come on now. And lastly, Sonia Citron is the only rookie in WNBA this season with multiple 20-point double doubles. Love to see it. All right, over to our injury watch. These are basically the injury updates from this week. Marina Mabrey, knee out 2 to 4 weeks. Connecticut. Ooh, I don't even think we talk about Connecticut in this recap, but if we do, we got a lot to say. Paige Becker's knee day to day. I'm sure it's just maintenance. They had that back-to-back game. DJ Carrington ribs day to day. Carla Late back. I think she's still day to day, right?
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark groin day to day. And I forgot to mention this to you. They showed when it happened. They
Hmm.
were already up. She didn't need to go back into the game. They subbed her back in with
Mm,
like 12, a couple seconds left, and then she hurt herself. That's what I'm
mm,
talking about. You just gotta take your starters out. When the game's a wrap, it's unfortunate now, Like
mhm.
she just got back from injury. She's trying to get in a groove. Everyone's on her for being in a little slump right now. But it's like you
Yeah.
go on injury and then you're trying to get back to where you are. Like you have to get back into that momentum. Now another injury, like that sucks. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Odyssey Sims, personal, she returned. She's back. Nafisa Collier, back, returned. Sabrina Ionescu, neck, returned. She did say, still bothering her, though, the neck. She doesn't really have that full range of motion, so. Lexi Held, remember when she got taken out? Okay, it's a pneumothorax in the right lung. Basically, it said it's a collapsed lung. She like couldn't
Mm,
breathe when that
mm,
happened. Like that's crazy.
yeah.
So no timetable for her return at this moment. Lexi Brown, illness out. Emily Anxler, personal out. Jade Melbourne, mouth, day to day. Did you see it?
Yeah.
That was
It was crazy.
rough.
You would have
That
thought it
was,
was like they were playing hockey or something.
ooh, yeah, that was nasty. Suggs Sutton, lower body, left game early, day to day. She was helped off the court. So we don't know how serious it is, but it did happen. Ryan Howard, left shoulder, day to day. Wasn't a sling. So we don't know too much. That it just happened today. Same with Caleb Thornton. Uh, what did they consider? Was it back, neck? Did they say?
Let me
Because it was
see.
a it was a screen, right? And then she
Yeah, let
got
me
popped in the
see if they
back.
have any news on it.
I don't think they really said. All I know is she left the game early after the screen. Um, that's why it's important to call out screens. Well,
Um,
we don't know. It might have been called out. We don't know, but she did get
undisclosed
pretty hurt.
injury.
Undisclosed, yeah. So maybe concussion protocol type thing, whiplash. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get an update soon. And lastly, Carly Samuelson, foot. Meg said she got hurt today. Oh, that's when she was wheelchaired off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
Hmm.
Yeah, so fingers crossed. Hopefully she's okay. Quick timeout. Let's talk Underdog Fantasy. If you've never tried it, Underdog is a super fun and easy way to get in on fantasy sports. You can play daily pick'em games by predicting player stats like points, rebounds, or assists. It's clean, simple, and a great way to stay locked into every game. If you're new to Underdog, sign up with our code THEBROOKESBENCH and you'll get up to $1,000 in bonus funds. Just scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the episode description to sign up. Now let's get back to the video. All right, let's head over to the weekly rundown. This is basically where we spotlight the biggest matchups, any upsets, any close matchups, and then we recap them and discuss a little bit about it. This one was crazy. Washington Mystics defeat Minnesota Lynx 68-64. Obviously, they were both without Washington without Brittany Sykes, Minnesota without Nafisa. But Mystics late push. They were trailing 64-63 with just over 3 minutes left. Washington sealed the game with a strong finish, holding Minnesota scoreless. Capped by Sug Sutton's clutch basket and Sonia Citron's free throws. I will say, Sug Sutton. She's
Yeah.
been killing it, especially with Brittany Sykes, in and out the lineup. I'm sure the Brittany Sykes situation is maintenance. That's what I'm assuming. Because it doesn't
Hmm.
appear serious, but with her injury history, they're like, if they have too many games that week or back to backs, they're kind of holding her out a little bit. But Sutton has been stepping up tremendously. I love to see it. I'm so sad she got hurt. That is a bummer.
Hmm.
I hope it's nothing too serious. Shakira Austin, though also popping off. 19 points, 8 rebounds, playing a key role in scoring, obviously. Iriafin had a double-double, 11 points, 11 rebounds. And then Alana Smith went off for Minnesota. She had a career high 26 points and 6 blocks. I don't know, I think I went against her in fantasy. I was like, wow, she has 40 fantasy points in the first half. It was crazy. Um, Minnesota, 19 turnovers led to 26 Mystics points.
Mhm.
And then this is the play. Remember, we were watching the end of this game, and Courtney Williams mishandled the inbound pass and Sutton fast break layup, and then it was basically over after that. The
Yeah.
momentum, the air just sucked right out of them. That was a miscue for sure.
Hmm.
Lynx struggled from deep, went 3 for 18, just 16%, which basically killed them. It was bad.
Mhm.
But they didn't have Nafisa. We all know how important Nafisa is, but you could rebuttal and just say the same for not Shakira Austin, Brittany Sykes. How important Brittany Sykes is to Washington. Now with this win, are you just like saying, Nafisa was more important than Washington having Brittany Sykes? Like in this loss. So you're like, ooh, Washington has that spark.
I think Lynx were missing the pizza.
Okay.
I mean, I think she's obviously a key player for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Washington's scrappy. So without your key player, and then you're just going against a scrappy team, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I like Washington. I've been talking them up highly. They've had some blunders, but they've had some good wins. There's something that's like they're right there. They're young, they're still figuring it out, but they could be that dark horse that like on any given day they can beat you. And it's like that's
Mm.
that chance where it's like when you go into a game and you know you're going to beat this team. They're like, "No, I could probably beat you. You could be New York, you could be Minnesota, you could be, a top team." Um but then we've also seen them falter. So, but good win for Washington, definitely. Over to Dallas Wings defeating the Dream. This was the day where we're like, is this backwards day? Everyone you think would lose won.
Yeah.
Uh, this was funny, but basically the Wings beat the Dream 68 to 55. Dallas held Atlanta to a season low 23.4% shooting from the field and 20% from the three, keeping the Dream under 20 points in every quarter. I will say though, remember we were talking about it for a second. Atlanta was getting away with these close wins, and it was just like not even like a good win. And here we
Hmm.
go, right here. They couldn't get away with this, not a nasty performance, but just not something up to their par. And
Yeah.
it kind of bit them right here. Arike had a good game. She led Dallas with 21 points. Yuru, breakout game for her. She had a double, 10 points, and a career high 15 rebounds. She out rebounded Brittany Griner 15 to 6.
Hmm.
That's a crazy stat. Paige Beckers, she scored in double figures for the 12th consecutive game with 12 points. And then Dallas's bench outscored Atlanta's 21 to 5, which is crazy because I like Atlanta's bench. I think they're pretty strong. Maisha Hines Allen and Isaiah James both were key components for Dallas off the bench. And Isaiah James, right? She's doing good.
She
I
is.
like it.
The
Um,
rookies, both of them, even JJ.
yeah, you're right. Look at these rookies go. They're coming
Mhm.
prepared to the league. Are you worried about Atlanta now that they no longer, no, okay, no longer, that they might not have Ryan Howard for a little bit?
Yeah, I am because Atlanta, in my opinion, they've always dealt with not being able to be consistent, and now you're losing a big score.
Mhm.
So they're gonna really need like Canada to step up and other like Pow Pow. Maybe she can get back
Mm,
on a hot streak, hitting threes. Nas Hillman, they're gonna really need to rely on other players to make up Ryan's points.
yeah, yeah. Well, Alicia Gray's still been doing well, but Ryan
Hmm.
Howard did lead Atlanta with 23 points and 8 rebounds in this game. I think Dallas, though, they're putting things together. Now they're gonna
Hmm.
get. I like Louisa. Now they're gonna get her back, and I really think that's gonna help them, especially with their depth. Obviously, they're gonna get Tiara McCowan back as well. But with Lee Rue there, I think they're gonna have. They can come up with a good rotation, and these last couple of wins for them, I really think are bringing more confidence to this team.
Yeah.
Over to Indiana Fever defeating Seattle Storm 94-86. Not that close of a game, but Seattle's been killing it. Gotta highlight this one. Aaliyah Boston definitely killed it. She had a career high of 31 points and 8 rebounds. just a good all overall game for her. Kelsey Mitchell, 26 points. Kelsey Mitchell's been killing it quietly. This happens every year. Kelsey Mitchell just kills it, and then no one really talks about it. Like
Mhm.
how well she's been doing. She had 26 points and she hit 5 3-pointers. When those two are on, it's hard to beat, right?
Yeah.
Lexi Hull, also first career double double, 11 rebounds. I was going to say
Mhm.
points. 11 rebounds, 15 points. Caitlin Clark did not shoot well, 0 for 6. Managed 6 points. But, I mean, when you have other people on your team stepping up for you, I mean, that's what you need, for a team to be successful. Caitlin Clark's not always going to be on every single night. That's why you need the Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston to step out.
Mhm.
Seattle rallied in the fourth with 28 points, but Indiana basically outscored Seattle 30 to 19, and that just in the third quarter, and that basically just set them apart. It wasn't enough for a comeback for Seattle. Seattle, Seattle. You give me like glimpses of like how you could win this a WNBA championship, and then you give me glimpses of like, you're not there yet. I mean, what are your thoughts on Seattle?
I think I don't know. They're not, to me, they're not, lacking depth. And then like you said, it's weird. They show signs that the five or especially the starting five is like hitting. And then other times they're just on completely different pages.
Yeah.
So
It's very confusing, and I think what's hard about Seattle, and we talked about it with Phoenix, is Phoenix got the like they got hit with adversity, and now their bench has so much experience. I feel like Seattle never taps into their bench. They can never like like you said, lack of depth. Well, the bench doesn't have enough experience. When it comes late in the season, there's injuries, and now you got to step up, and then it's just like
yeah.
it's just that, yeah. But I agree with you. Sometimes if Seattle's hitting, woo, they're dangerous. But if they're not, you're right. It does look like they're not on the same page. Over to Liberty defeating the Valkyries, 81-78. I figured, Meg, you'd want to talk about this one because you guys almost beat the Liberty.
Yeah. This one was tough. I mean, thankfully Sabrina was just off. Like Sabrina
Thankfully, you
struggled.
guys still lost, but yeah,
But I
you're
mean,
saying it would
it
have
would
been
have,
worse.
I feel like it wouldn't have been as close if Sabrina was
Okay,
on, though,
got you.
is what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Yes, we
yeah,
lost. It was unfortunate, but it could have been way worse than what it was if Sabrina was hitting shots.
yeah.
But it was close.
You guys put up a good fight, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Kennedy Burke off the bench, 20 points. I mean,
Hmm.
that's should be a starter. No, I'm just playing. But that's pretty tough. Brianna Stewart,
But they've
21.
been playing around with her, and I think you even mentioned it that they could be allowing her to still come off the bench to try to get sixth man of
Six
the
player of the
year.
year. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I think she's a front runner. I mean, in my opinion, she's been
yeah.
having a great season. Brianna Stewart, that was 23 points. Like you said, Sabrina struggled. She only had 1 point through 3 quarters. And this was the game that she was like, no, I still don't really have full range of motion in my neck.
Hmm.
But she did hit some clutch free throws to basically seal the game at the end. Kate Martin, though, was popping for you guys. She even hit
Yeah,
that clutch, like, impossible 3-pointer for you.
yeah,
So, 21 points off the
yeah.
bench, competing with Kennedy Burke. But no, it was a good game for Kate Martin. Valkyries, you guys did have a late second lead, but you just couldn't pull it out. It's okay though. You guys came close to the champions.
And I'm okay seeing that now.
Okay.
I just like I right now. I'm not mad that we got this L. I'm just happy to see that they were in the game. Especially with
Yeah.
previous champions. Like
Yeah.
it really makes me think we can make a little push come playoff.
Yeah. I think you guys can make the playoffs. Maybe snag a game, maybe an
Yeah.
upset depending on who you're playing. If you guys can get a high enough seed for a host a home game, you guys are probably winning that game. That place will be popping if you guys get a home game in playoffs. I'd love to see that. Over to Mystics defeating Aces 94 to 83. This is crazy. Excuse me, Aces. Like, talk about the most confusing team this season. Sona Citron, 21 points on the Aces. Crazy. Suge Sutton, 17 points. Killing it. These two right here. When Brittany Sykes is out, these two be holding it down.
Yeah.
And Brittany Sykes wasn't even in this game. So, come on now, Aces. What's going on here? Jade Melbourne, this is the game she got hurt in.
Yeah.
Nasty. I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures. We cannot post
Like
them.
the
They're too
first minute of
graphic.
the game.
They're too graphic. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo. And then yeah, Las Vegas. I don't know what you're doing. Mystics had 38 points in the paint. Aces only had 36, and they basically couldn't hold down Sonya Citron or Sutton. And it was yeah, it was a wrap. Vegas just super inefficient, especially in the paint. It was just they were just no match. Okay. Asia led the Aces, and Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea ended up getting a flagrant on that play on the Jade Melbourne. When she was it an elbow?
No, I didn't get to catch this game.
Um, dang, I didn't know she ended up getting a flagrant for that. But yeah, no, I saw the pictures after. Yeah, it
Mhm.
was nasty. It was bad. But yeah, another key win for Washington. Another considerably good opponent. I mean, they're not having the best season, right? Um, what do you think about this matchup? Like the Aces, give me your opinion on the Aces and then the Mystics.
Honestly, I'm just over the Aces this year. The Mystics, though, they like I said previously, they're scrappy. I mean, they don't give up. They just keep pushing. They keep fighting. Yeah, and they stole this one.
Yeah. Good win for Washington. Don't let them catch, momentum right before the playoffs.
Mhm.
Over to Minnesota, 96 defeating Atlanta, 92 in overtime. Collier returned, as you guys can tell. 26 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks. She also hit 2 free throws late in regulation and OT to seal this win. Bridget Carlton was perfect, 4 for 4 in the second quarter, helping build a 14-point lead for Minnesota before Atlanta's run. Minnesota also had to trim the lead late. Courtney Williams and Kayla McBride combining for key scores. Dream led 7 early in the fourth quarter. In overtime, Williams hit a jumper and Collier added clutch buckets. Lynx, Cheryl Reeves won 2 late game challenges to preserve momentum, and Atlanta Smith sealed it with a block on Jordan Canada before McBride's free throws. Minnesota bounced back, obviously, from their loss against Washington. Welcome back, Nafisa. Just another gritty win. Something that, like, we were talking about. Uh, Minnesota had to come back. Atlanta had the lead. They just didn't close it out. They just fumbled the bag. Brianna Jones, though, led Atlanta with 18 points. Nafisa Collier, like I said, 26 points. Bridget Carlton, 14 points. Um, but this kind of shows the experience, though, in my opinion. Minnesota has the experience. They played with each other, for a long time now, and with Nafisa Collier back, they eked it out, right? Atlanta, on the
Mhm.
other hand, we've seen them where they can close out close games. New York, for the Commissioner Cup, to get to the Commissioner Cup, they had the lead against New York. All they had to do was close it out, and they
Yeah.
and they couldn't do it. So two losses that really would be good for their resume, going into playoffs. But I mean, what are you kind of thinking about that?
Yeah, I mean, they Atlanta surprisingly had an off shooting night. So it's even surprising that they were still able to be in this game with how bad like their two stars were shooting.
Hmm.
But yeah, then down the stretch, it's like you can't put yourself in those predicaments when you're not shooting well because they
Yeah.
had to draw up two plays where they try to get a three off and they
Hmm.
missed. So
Hmm.
I mean, it's hard to get shots like that when you've just been off all night. So
Yeah, agree. All right, so over to the Valkyries defeating the Sky, 83-78. I want to throw this one in here. We went to this game in person, and I know we talked about Angel Reese and, how we were saying she's crazy in the paint. Uh, but this game was very slow and long and just didn't have the same vibes as a lot of other home games we've been to. And it was just close the entire way until it just got popping. It got popping in the fourth. Like you guys really went on that run, and when you guys go on runs and the crowd gets into it, I just find it so hard for other teams to come back. And you saw this with this
Hmm.
game. I think this is a perfect example of how home court advantage for the Valkyries is just it's like it's really unmatched. Um, I've said it before, when you're there, you don't know if the Valkyrie are losing or winning. It's the same level the entire time, just on 100. And this time, it was kind of like, okay, we're in it. But as soon as the Valkyries went on a run, I believe it was 12 and 0, 12-0 run. Yeah, 12-0 run. The entire stadium was just locked in, just super loud, and it's just hard to come back. Like the other team, any little like mess up, like the crowd was on you. And I just want to point that out because until you go and you like witness one of these games, like it really is a game changer. Um, Tiffany Hayes had a good game. And then Kate Martin, and Caitlin Chen. Caitlin Chen hustler. She
Hmm.
really is like, if you could keep me, like, really hustles on every single play, and the fans love her. And it's just the little plays she makes, especially like just diving for the ball, making that extra effort, just really hypes up the crowd. And I feel like really set them apart in this game. Like I said, this game was close for a very long time, going back and forth. But those little plays from like Caitlin Chen, Kate Martin, like really set the tone. Angel Reese killed it though.
Hmm.
You just can't stop her. She did have a slow start, got in a little bit of foul trouble, but in the end, I mean, she had a pretty decent game. 17 points, 18 rebounds. Yeah, just pretty decent, almost 20 rebounds. Like, what the heck? Like, come on now. Like, she really killed it. But Meg, what was your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the crowd is what really, I think, pushed Valkyries over the edge in this one because the Valkyries, in my opinion, actually came out a little flat in this
Yeah, it
game.
was. I agree.
And I think that affected the crowd a little bit, but the crowd fought through and they
Mm-hmm.
tried to, you know, like be loud on any little thing that was
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
And I really think that's what allowed the Valkyries to pull this one out because,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like you said, it was a little slow, it was close. It was a lot of fouls. It was a lot of stoppage of play too,
Mm-hmm.
which really slows everything down. It kind of made the crowd get out of it because there were so many dead moments that
Mm-hmm.
crowds start talking to each other or leaving their seats, and
Yeah.
so I think that affected the hypeness. But towards the end, that fourth quarter, the crowd locked in, and I think
Yeah.
they helped, like you said, get them the win.
Yeah. Kayla Thornton went off 29 points, career high for her. You know who's she's not talked about in like most improved category, like at all. And
Hmm.
I'm just like, she's over here killing it. Like she really needs to be in that category.
Hmm.
Over to Mercury, destroying New York, 106-91. Obviously the score's closer than it was throughout the game. But Phoenix just was hot. They had 18 threes. They set a franchise record and recorded 35 three-pointers in two consecutive games. This was when I was gonna title this like Phoenix contending for championship because they're on a heater. I think it was a six-game win streak. Obviously, they lose to the Aces. We'll talk about in a little bit, but they've just been on a heater, and it's just insane. Satu Sabli dropped 25 points, seven three-pointers. That's insane. No wonder why the score was so like large. Obviously, we were at the Valkyries game when this game was going on, but this makes a lot more sense now. Alyssa Thomas almost had a triple double. She finished with 17 points, 15 assists, and 9 rebounds. Bro, she's so crazy. Liberty struggled. Liberty had been just struggling. Period.
Yeah.
Obviously the Sabrina injury. Sabrina's still, dealing with a neck thing, but I don't know. They just don't look the same. They started off what 9-0, and I think they're like 2 and something. They've lost quite a bit um in that stretch. Like I said, they were struggling. Niara Sabley had a pretty good game, 16 points, 6 rebounds. Johannes and Kennedy added 10 points each off the 10 points each as well. Stewart and Ionescu just couldn't find the rhythm. Combined for 8 points in the first half. Yikes. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
rough. That is rough. Phoenix though, would you say What'd you say? They can contend for a championship this year.
Yep.
Why?
I mean, they're hot. I mean, the fact that they've been able to come out and just kind of look like they've been playing for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got Copper back, and I liked how they've been kind of doing the rotation,
Mm-hmm.
where they'll, kind of rotate the stars, where they have Alyssa and Satu a lot, and then they'll have Copper in with the second group. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been working well for them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's just going to be a tough team to beat. Whitcomb, when she's hot
Man, she's
hitting
popping off the
threes.
bench. Oh my God, Sammy Whitcomb. I love to
If they
see
can,
that.
maybe if they can get Held back, Lexi Held, yeah, they
Yeah.
they they potentially are gonna fight for that championship this year, in my opinion.
You know what? I kind of like it.
hmm
Brooke would not, but
She's just a
Phoenix
Phoenix
is
hater.
just, and I'm like, I keep telling her it's a whole different Phoenix team. It's not even the same
Yeah,
team.
it's just
But
because she hated Tarosky. Okay.
uh, but yeah, I mean, Phoenix is up there, man. Top three team for sure. They look good. They look good. Okay, over to Wings. Defeating Mystics. This is what I'm talking about. About the Mystics and then losing. You beat, who'd I say? They beat two good teams. Then you lose the Wings. 79-71. They get their lick back. Dallas roared out 28-9 lead in the first quarter, shooting 11 of 18 to set the tone. That is where it went downhill. Honestly, JJ Quinterly scored 15 points, and Isaiah James also had 15 points and three pointers. And it's like those extra like off the bench players, those role players. If they're popping, it's hard to beat. Someone made a comment on the NBA Finals. It's like in game seven, you could really lose because some random just went off for 15 points or like 25 points. And it really does take it does take that. It takes a team, especially, when you're
Yeah.
in close games or a finals game. It could take one person to just pop off. And you lose, and it's a wrap. So it really is. That's all it is. Washington surged in third with a 12-0 run, narrowing the gap to 45-43, but Dallas responded with their own 8-0 run to pull away. Wings bench outscored Washington's 36-5. That's crazy. Dang. That's what separated right there. Sona Citron added 22 points, 10 rebounds, double-double. Shakira Austin added another 18 points, but it just was not enough. But shout out JJ Quinterly and Isaiah James. Really led the charge here against Washington.
Mhm.
And Brittany Sykes had an off night. She did not
Yeah.
do well. Well, she scored like 6
But
points or
that
something
was
like
that
that.
was a big win without Paige too. So
Yeah, true. Over to Dream defeating New York 90-81. Now this one, New York just did not. This is the same thing we were talking about earlier. Did not look good. Like there's still something like off, and I just can't pinpoint it. But they did not look good. Dream dominated inside. Inside, Atlanta scored 62 points in the paint. Brittany Griner and Brianna Jones combined for 35 of those, exploiting New York's lack of size without Jonquel. I mean, Meg, you say it all the time. Jonquel Jones, difference maker, for New York.
yeah.
And it's definitely seen here when you have to go against a Brittany Griner and Bree Jones on the same team. I mean, that's tough sledding. Dream were up
hmm
47-34 at break, despite going 0 for 10 from the three. Yeah, that was a struggle. Like I said, Brianna Jones and Brittany Griner both played well. Jones had 21 points. Alicia Gray added 20 points, 9 boards, and 6 assists. Brianna Stewart had 21 points, 9 rebounds. And Natasha Cloud had 20 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Ionescu still struggled, 5 for 15 with only 14 points. There's something off about New York. What's off about New York?
Jonquel. I mean, dealing with injuries, Beebich overseas. I mean, they've really had to go deep into their bench. Sherrod's getting minutes. Johannes, man, Johannes is a crazy 3-point shooter, but I
Mm-hmm.
just wish she was more consistent. I think that if she was, she'd be way like just way more impactful for this team.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, she's not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they need to bring that full force. So yeah, they're just gonna struggle.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what that entails when, I mean, even if John Cole comes back, like, what do we project that at? Right before playoffs? Or a little bit before
Playoffs. Yeah.
playoffs? I mean, because, minute restriction and getting back healthy and fully strengthening the ankle. And yeah, it's rough. It's rough for New York right now, honestly. But good win for
Yeah.
Atlanta. They did lose Ryan in this game. They didn't say what it was. It was left, I think they said left shoulder or left arm. But we don't know the severity of it yet. All right, let's go over to the last game of the week. Aces defeat Mercury 84-81. Very close game, very back and forth. Asia Wilson scored 26 points with 18 rebounds and 7 assists. Her go-ahead basket with 22 seconds left broke an 81-81 tie. And basically decided the game. Aaliyah Nye knocked down 5 3-pointers, giving the Aces a much needed boost, particularly in the fourth quarter. Down by 10 entering the quarter, Las Vegas surged with 4 3-pointers and strong defense to outscore Phoenix 25 to 31 in the final push. Phoenix scored 31 points in the fourth quarter, trailing closely behind but couldn't match the Aces. And basically, I mean, it was very back and forth. Lack of defense from both ends. I mean, they were just scoring on each other, and Sammy Whitcomb had a chance to just
I know.
I think it was to win it. I
Hmm.
mean,
It was just short.
put them ahead, not win it. The three was short. She was wide open,
Yeah.
and yeah, she missed it. But I was like, man, you messed up, Aces. Right when I saw her, I said, oh, because she makes those clutch threes. Like
Hmm.
she makes those ones. So I was like, oh, it's a wrap, and it was just a little short. And they ended up losing it. But I mean, Mercury looked good. We talk about it that they could be a championship team. Obviously, lose to the Aces, but I think that the Leah Nye's performances really set this game apart. Someone stepping up. Obviously, Jackie had a rough game. Chelsea Gray didn't have that good of a game either. It was really just Asia Wilson carrying the Aces again for
Hmm.
every game. But Aaliyah Nye off the bench with those points definitely helped out Asia and definitely helped out this win. I will say Satu did not have that good of a game either. So I mean that also contributed to Phoenix's loss. But I mean, good win for the Aces, much needed. Uh, and that's basically all you could say. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah. Aaliyah Nye, like you said, she saved them.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for her hitting, no, they wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
won.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Agreed. All right, that does it for the weekly rundown. Let's get into our players of the week. My player of the week, Kelsey Mitchell. I talked about her earlier. We do not talk about Kelsey Mitchell enough. She's just quietly having good game after good game. This week, she averaged 26 points per game, 2.6 rebounds a game, 5 assists per game, shot 55% from the field, 60% from the three. I mean, that's just a killer stat line. Like, and no one really highlighted her. I didn't see anything really about her. We're all caught up in other dramatics and stuff like that. The media is. So just another time to shout out Kelsey Mitchell. Who's your player of the week, Meg?
I had to put Nafisa. I know that's kind of like, oh, every week she's killing it, right? But I just had to point it out that she missed the first game that they had this week and then came right back from injury, killing it. She averaged 24 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1.5 blocks. And I think she's just a difference maker. And I just thought
Yeah.
that this week proved that how she can miss a game, they can lose, and then she comes back putting up those numbers,
Yeah,
and they're back on winning streak. So,
true. Good one. All right. Okay, let's head over to Tunnel Vision. So this is where we go over fits of the week. I present about 5 fits from the players, and usually Brooke and Megan, but Meg will say if she will play or bench the fit. At the end, we'll go over our favorite fit from week 6. First fit, I had to put it, Dearica Hamby in a Candace Parker jersey, custom Candace Parker jersey on
yeah,
Candace Parker's retirement night. Had to put it.
yeah,
Um,
respect.
I was gonna put Rakia's outfit, but then I didn't want to have two LA players, so
Mhm.
this one had to make the cut. I mean, what are we thinking about it? Playing or
Play,
benching it?
play. You got to respect Candace, and that shows a lot of respect there.
Mm-hmm. Love it. I love the black. I like their black uniforms, but obviously this isn't their exact black uniform, but this one's
Hmm.
pretty clean. Over to Bree Hall. debuting for the Valkyries in her fit. I actually really like it.
Hmm.
Obviously, it's
No,
good.
yeah,
This is
she's pulling
good.
this off.
Agreed. I think I really like the boots. I
Hmm.
don't know why. They're just shiny. They're popping.
Everyone
Really
got their
love this
boots
fit.
on lately.
Everyone have, oh yeah, Dear Gabby has the same boot,
Yeah.
obviously, in that other picture. You gonna play it or bench it?
Play.
Same. Over to Erica Wheeler. I don't know.
So
Simple, huh?
yeah, I would say the only funny thing about this is her and NECA kind of wear
I
wear
know.
the same thing, the red and black.
I did see that. I almost
But
put it.
yeah, clean, simple.
I love the bag. I think the
Hmm.
bag's gonna get cut off when I put the picture on the screen, but I really love the bag. And I just love the accessories. I feel like the accessories are very subtle, but
Hmm.
they're clean. Erica Wheeler puts together really good fits. I really
Yeah,
like them. Over to Kalia Copper. I really like this one because you're wearing your own slam cover.
yeah. Big three.
That's tough. Like, come on now. And just,
Yeah,
little jean jacket jeans combo. Can't go wrong.
yeah.
You
That's
playing or
clean.
benching?
I'm playing, but
What? But
the Converse.
I don't think those are Converse make.
Where are those?
Those are probably name brand, girl. We're too poor to know what those are, girl. We're too poor.
It's a play though. I like the big three.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Marina Mabry. I really like this fit. All
Hmm.
brown suit, little lace underneath. I think she dyed her hair, didn't she?
Yeah,
I think she dyed her hair. She looks good.
yeah.
This is a really good fit. I love it. What do you think?
This is a play, and even the shoes give a little pop. Got some spice there going on.
Oh yeah, huh? This was
Hmm.
almost my fit of the week. I really liked it that much. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, over to my fit of the week. Temmie Fagbenle, bro. Popped out. She said, I'm back. Welcome me back. Come on now. She's looking like Batwoman.
Yeah, I was
That's
just
the
gonna say
first
that.
thing I thought of. And I said, that's how you pop out when
Yeah,
you're back
just
playing.
just in time too, because she popped off on Seattle before she left. So it's only right that we put the bat signal out there to get her back before Seattle. So
Bro.
it's
Or
fitting.
or like Blade. Do you remember Blade?
Yeah,
Like that. Like this is great. When I saw it, I said fit of the week. I said this
yeah,
is how you pop out when you're like, you guys miss me? Don't worry, I'm back.
yeah.
All right, Meg, who's your fit of the week?
All right, I sent you. It's Chelsea Gray. She got a
Chelsea
little,
Gray.
yeah, she's got a little Adidas fit on.
Oh, it looks like a comic books all over.
Yeah, but I like it a
Oh,
lot.
I like that.
I like how popping it is, and then she got the
Yeah.
clean whites on. So
I do like that one. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that one.
Adidas.
That's cool. Alrighty, let's head over to the standings. Minnesota is still number one, 14 and 2, but we have a new number two, Phoenix, 12 and 5,
Mhm.
killing it. New York drops to 11 and 5. Atlanta is still in the top 5, 11 and 6. Valks, 9 and 7, sitting at that sixth spot. How do you feel?
I'm good. If you see, it's 7-3 at home, so that shows why we've been doing good. And now we're going on a little bit of a away game streak. So
I know. Are you worried?
hopefully, I am a little worried.
I'm worried for you guys too.
So I'm hoping they can still bring the energy. I hope they know the fans are with them. I'll be yelling at my TV, and hopefully they can hear me.
If you guys could, that's going to be your ultimate test. That
Our
road
first
trip.
away game is the Lynx, so it's going to be a tough first test.
Okay, what's the second one?
I know.
Let's just plan for the
Uh,
second one. That's rough. Yeah, that's rough.
it goes Link and then Dream. So pretty much tough matchup for July for the first half of July for real.
That's
So
rough.
yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay. But you guys, you're good at home. That's important.
Mhm.
Connecticut, ooh. Um, yeah. I think 2 wins. I mean, make what's wrong with Connecticut? I mean, we just need to have a combo.
We
What
already
is
knew rebuilding. It's just yeah, they don't have an
but
identity.
it doesn't even like there's like no hope watching the games. I mean, it's kind of just like they I feel like that's their vibe too. Like they'll okay.
Yeah. I have no idea. It's yeah. We knew this was going to happen, so it's just going to be. They'll have to figure it out by next year. Hopefully, they can get another good draft and pull something out. But I think Mabry's going to want to leave. Tina might retire. But
Yeah.
at least Anissa Morrow's getting good minutes. Nia Rivers is
Yeah.
getting good minutes,
Anissa
so they'll
Morocco.
grow. They'll just continue to get better. But yeah, I think this year obviously is just not going to be their year.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Okay. Well, let's look ahead. Previewing some upcoming games of week 7. So just so you guys know, there's no games until Thursday. July 1st is the Commissioner Cup. Those won't count to anyone's records though. So that's just for the money, the moolah. So they'll be playing Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Very short week. Okay. So we're going to be previewing the upcoming games. Not all of them, just the ones we're excited for. And then we'll be saying who we think is going to win each game. So on July 3rd, Las Vegas for Indiana, Meg.
I'm gonna have to go Indiana.
I'm going Vegas. I know. Shocking. Seattle versus Dream.
Seattle with Ryan hurt. I think
I
yeah, Seattle.
know. I am concerned. But they do have a good chunk of days. I'll go Seattle.
Okay.
July 5th, Golden State versus Minnesota. It's going to be Minnesota for me, Meg.
It's gonna be GSV.
You guys are going to have those chants to help you out.
Listen, it's my birthday on that day, so maybe
Oh,
they'll pull out
man.
something special for me.
I don't know. That's a big birthday wish. July 6th, Seattle versus New York. I'm going to go Seattle.
I'm gonna have to agree.
I'm kind of concerned. Obviously, Sabrina will get more rest between, now and then, but I don't know. I'm not sold on New York right now.
Yeah.
The concerns are concerning at this point. But all right, guys, let us know what you think. Let us know about the upcoming games, about the Dewana Bonner situation. Like to hear your comments below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We have weekly recaps where we go over the same format every single week. We do pop in and we talk about other events, maybe if we go live. And then we do have a fantasy live as well, where we do weekly fantasy advice. Go ahead and join that, usually on Mondays around 6 p.m. Pacific time. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys' support. And we'll be back next week. Peace.
Peace.